we gotta push the record button first. What's happening? Let me take a sip.
And then that, what I said. From when I'm on and writing the verse. Hold on, wait a minute, gotta rehearse. And what book are we reviewing?
Welcome to the book club.
Oh yeah.
We're here reviewing War and Peace.
But hold up, wait a minute, stop that. I need to focus on now, not that.
Get your mind right and your money tight. Lately I ain't been seeing no.
Well, this is What We Thinking podcast, episode number 5. The big 5. 5 episodes. I'm one of your hosts, Influence, and to the right of me, I have Bryson.
Hello. Hey, everybody.
What's going on, Bryson?
What's going on, Ben?
I'm cool. So how's your week been this week?
My week has been good, better than last week.
That's good. It's always good to be better.
It's been, it's been progress. Better than last week. Yeah, all right. Been all right.
That's cool. Cool to hear. My week's been pretty good. I got some glasses. I can see now, which is always great to be. I couldn't see for like 4 years, but I'm good. New and improved. Actually, that looks clear as hell.
Nice.
Yeah. So before it was blurry as shit, and I didn't even realize it.
So you needed glasses for 4 years?
Yeah, roughly 4 or 5, 6 years, maybe.
So why did it take so long to get them?
I don't know, to tell you the truth. Just whatever the glasses stigma. I don't like wearing glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't wear sunglasses that much.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets on my nerves. But when I put these on and I could see, and actually when I'm watching TV, I can see everything now. It's wild to think about how much I was missing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In the doctor's office, I was like, wow. And what's funny is when I took my son to get glasses, and like he couldn't see probably for like a year. I wasn't really picking up on the cues until later on, but thinking back, he was squinting to do different stuff. But towards the end, before he got glasses, like his eyesight was getting really bad,
mm-hmm.
and he was like really squinting. So I just made an appointment and got him glasses. And I remember the doctor saying, "Watch his face when he puts these glasses on." And he was like, "Wow." He's like, "It's like 3D." And I felt like shit because I was like, yo, we couldn't see for a year or so. And I did the same thing to myself. But I'm back. I'm good. I'm here.
Well, you cut down the time for him. Not 4 or 5 years, just one.
Yeah. It wasn't myself. Like, we don't always treat ourselves the best. We treat other people better sometimes,
yeah.
Especially our kids. So yeah,
that's true.
Definitely. I want to talk about this new Eminem that dropped.
Okay.
Eminem got a new single called Houdini, and my prediction kind of was right, but not right. I say that because when he announced it, he said, "Watch me make my career disappear." So I was like, "Oh, he's about to say some shit that's gonna get him canceled, or that he thinks is gonna get him canceled." But lo and behold, Slim Shady is back, and he buried Slim Shady a while ago, which was a lie, obviously. And he basically is Slim Shady. Like, it's the same shit that you would expect him to rap about as Slim Shady. When that Meg Thee Stallion says some other little lines, but I don't think they're egregious enough to get him canceled, really.
I mean, what'd you say? He went at Meg Thee Stallion?
Well, no, he jokingly at her. And granted, that's never something that should be joked about.
Right.
But at the same time, I think it's par for the course for him. I don't think really people take it, look at it any type of way. But who knows? It is 2024.
We'll see.
Yeah, because the whole album of Slim Shady shit is going to be interesting.
What if Megan claps back at Eminem?
Oh, if she does, I'm here for it. I'm here to see it. I actually think Meg Thee Stallion can rap, but I don't, you know, I'm not sure if they would battle. Like, has there ever been a battle between a woman and a man in hip hop?
Oh,
like a real battle?
Not that I know of. I know No Name and J. Cole had a couple songs where they were, I guess, talking about each other, or were talking about.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, well, I believe. I just know that she made a song, and I think it was criticizing J. Cole during the Black Lives Matter era, or the when all the protests were happening, and you know, J. Cole, I guess, wasn't vocal.
Oh, okay.
And I think she was criticizing him, and then I think he made a song replying to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Because I actually want Rhapsody came out with a new album last week too, and I really like it. I know there's a side discussion because we're discussing Eminem, but I think she can go at some people. I would like to see her and a dude battle. I think it would be a dope thing. But let's get back to Eminem though. Eminem, what else he said in that song? I think the video was cool, even though, let me ask you how you like the song.
My honest opinion is I was listening to it. I'm probably gonna listen to it some more, but it didn't blow me away. Like I don't think I'm really a fan of the I guess the, what you call it, interpolation of the song that he used in the hook. The abra.
Okay.
Like, that wasn't, that didn't really feel like.
It felt, I like that part. And that's funny. That's funny. But I feel you. I don't really like the song.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think I'm a fan of that anymore. What he does. Like it's Eminem, but it just sounds almost, to me first, it sounds almost exactly like the song he's trying to sound like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, he's not doing it. He's doing it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like that's a big revelation that it sounds similar to that song. But I never really liked that song either.
Without Me?
Yeah, Without Me. I never really liked that either.
I like that.
I never got with that type of stuff that Eminem did. Like, even though I used to listen to it when I listened to his albums, and I still like Eminem. I still think he's he's still top tier lyricist. Like, I don't care what nobody say. I know there's debates and all that stuff, and I understand some of the debates. And I do think sometimes he's put on a higher pedestal than he should be, but that's not saying that he shouldn't be on a high pedestal.
Wait,
let me put it that way.
You said he's put on a higher pedestal than he should be?
Yeah, I think so.
What you mean?
I think he says it. He'll say it. He just gets a lot more accolades than other MCs that are in the same category as him.
He does?
Yeah. you can't tell? Like he I mean, just by sheer numbers of fans he got.
Mm-hmm.
Awards and everything. Like, but that's not, like I said, that's not me saying that he shouldn't be on a high pedestal though.
Yeah.
Like, he's still a top tier lyricist.
Yeah.
I just think, sometimes it's awarded more by people. But I do like, I was trying to get to the video. I do like the video.
Okay.
Because one thing I like is that he's making fun of himself. And it's evident that he is.
Yeah.
old Slim Shady, I don't think it was always evident that he was making fun of himself, even though he did make fun of himself.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was more, jabby. I think this video is less serious and less, saying a video is less serious by Eminem. He makes funny videos, but I just like he knows he's old. And he kind of shows that in the video, like when he's climbing up the wall.
Oh yeah,
he finally gets up and he's like, like how he say fuck his kids, and they're all on the phone.
Yeah,
and shout out to his daughter just got married. That shit made me feel old. I saw them wedding pictures, but yeah, he's poking a lot of fun at himself, and he knows he's old, and he's like, this is it. This is my last hurrah. At least that's what he says. But I do like that. I like that. Oh, he has all the people in the video. Like I like everybody that fuck with him was in the video and doing their little thing. And Dre, of course, like he had a big role in the video. So I definitely feel that. But it's just similar sound that I don't really like, and I think I like it less now as I gotten older because there's other songs of his that I can't really listen to. Because they sound, even some of the serious songs sound kind of, his more nasally, Slim Shady type, and I'm just not a fan of that no more. Like it's weird.
I've liked what my name is, Real Slim Shady, Without Me. I like those. I think those are good. I think he's rapping on those. They're entertaining. They're funny. I've always liked those. Now, some of the later ones, there's a couple I don't know if I can remember. Wait, it's called We Made You. I wasn't into that one. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
We Made You, and then there was one that was kind of more like rockish.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so those I wasn't into, but those first three, I like those. Like this one actually, to me, to be quite honest, is not up to par with those first three. It's not up to the same quality, and it's not as good as a song as those first three. Like in the Abracadabra, it's it don't feel as hip hop as those first three songs.
Okay, I get that. Yeah. I get that. Yeah. And I can see why you say that. Or hear why you say that.
The video is entertaining. I have to watch it again. I'm gonna watch it again because I was driving when I had it on.
Be safe.
Yeah, I had it on the phone mount, but still. And then in my car, for some reason, the audio and video don't match up. Like the video.
You had it through the Bluetooth?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Latency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I gotta watch it again, but it do look like a good video. And then I do like them showing the younger him and the older him. And I guess to me, like you said, his daughter got married. And the interesting thing to me in those photos is he doesn't look old to me.
Yeah. Sometimes I see his face and he looks tired. And I don't know if that's necessarily old, but when you're tired, it can make you look older. So he does kind of look his age sometimes when I see certain pictures, but some pictures he doesn't. I think the beard helps too. Sometimes I think a beard can make you look older. It's weird. A beard can make you look older or younger, depending on the angle or how long it is sometimes. So yeah, I think that it gives him a little more distinguished. It can make you look older or younger, depending on the length and the grays in the beard. But yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. I'm waiting to hear the album. I like that they had Paul in the beginning.
Yeah,
as usual.
That lets you know what's like.
Yeah, and he's like, it's the end, and Paul's like, fuck it. like on the other ones, he's like, you gotta change this. You gotta do. Now he's like, fuck it. Like he knows. So I thought that was funny.
I think as far as lyrically, I'm gonna listen to it more and more. The Megan Thee Stallion line, I was like, oh shit. But at the same time, I'm like, that's not something I feel like, you know, I don't think it should be made fun of, but you know, he seemed to find it humorous, like the lines.
I think the line he found humorous.
Okay, yeah.
Like that's what I think it was.
Yeah.
I don't know him, so I can't tell you for sure.
Right.
But I don't think he would find that humorous.
Right.
But I think he found the creativeness of the line humorous, and it's just like a shocking thing.
Yeah.
And one important thing I wanted to say was, I feel like, I don't know if you feel like, but I feel like it feels like he's holding back, and that's the thing that I thought was interesting, because it's 2024, like it's a different time.
Yeah.
And even though people like saying, fuck it, say whatever you want. You shouldn't censor yourself, but you also should read the room, and some stuff, just because you used to say it a lot, don't mean you said it now. Like, it don't mean you keep saying it if you learn that it's offensive, and people, you don't want people to, people don't want you to say it. Like, you don't just say, fuck it, I don't care what they think.
Right.
Like, some stuff, you can say fuck it, I don't care what they think to some stuff, but some things are just, it is what it is. Shit change. You use different terminology. You use, you don't say certain things. Like, it's what it is. It's the world. It evolves. Like, people just want to be like, oh, fuck it, I miss the old days. Like, when you could be fucking racist and say fuck them and all this. And I'm like, what? You could be open and not lose your job. Like that's crazy to me. But it sounded to me like he was kind of holding back in this song.
It's not
some of the stuff.
It's definitely not as far as some of the other songs would go.
No.
It's like, what's that one shot that we're talking about?
Yeah.
He said something about R. Kelly.
And he said the whole world is gay. Happy. He was like, happy,
Yeah.
And I mean, and even in that line, I think 10 years ago, 15 years ago, he would have said something different.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not looking at that like, oh, he's censoring himself. I'm looking at it like, well,
not even that
it's
long
a different.
Ago.
No, that's what I said.
Yeah.
I said 10 years, but I was giving him grace.
I just listened to Rap God, and he said some stuff on there.
Yeah, he did.
It's good to see him back. It's good to see him back. I'm excited to hear the album. But this is just the beginning, so who knows what he says on the album.
Yeah, that's the other thing that I was saying. I was like, this is just a single.
But also, here's a thought. Can he be as shocking as he used to be? With so much out there, with the internet, with other things going on that might be shocking, or
I think he can be, but it would have to go so far.
Yeah.
It's similar to what, like, the battle. It's similar to how J. Cole was thinking. I know we done went back to the battle so many times in different episodes, but it is like, it's the same thing. Like, thinking about how far J. Cole would have to go to get the audience to be like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And or how far they had to go in the battle to get the audience to kind of be on their side or the other side or whatever. Like, that's what it is today. It's amped up. So I think he could, but it would be so far that it would be like, why? You know, I think at this point, I don't know if he would want to do that.
Yeah.
Because I certainly don't think he's the person that I don't think he's just crazy out here trying to hurt people's feelings, like, for no reason, for just, what Slim Shady seems to be. That's a persona, and I don't think that's him as a person in real life. Like, he seems like he's a good dude, take care of his family, raise his family. Like, he seems like, I don't know him, but he seems like he's all right.
And now that I think,
but who knows?
Now that I think of, but now that I think about it, is that line really offensive? He said, if I ask Megan Thee Stallion to collab with me, something like, would I really have a shot at her feet? And is that really that shocking, or?
I mean, it's just taking it depends on who you ask. It's probably offensive to Meg.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's kind of, but I don't know. Meg seems like the type of person that might laugh at it.
Yeah,
might be like, he got that off. Like, you know, because it's a cool double entendre, but you know,
and that does fall in line with other stuff he's done.
Yeah, I don't think it's far fetched that, you know, that's something that he would do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not crazy, like, you know. I don't know if he can be as shocking as it used to be, because we've seen so much shocking stuff. The guy who is on trial for killing his friends, who made a song about killing his friends, like, how much more shocking can you get?
I mean, that's normal though. Like that's not normal. I'm saying that's like everyday life shit that's shocking. Like that always happens.
But that was in music. That was a song. That's a song.
Yeah, but I ain't hear that song. Like I don't know what that song's about. Like I ain't hear that. I mean, I heard about it, but
right.
I didn't listen to it. But if you listen to something, yeah, I mean the people that heard that don't listen to Eminem. No, but I don't know.
But that actually, I would say that seems Eminem-esque, but it was real.
Yeah, I mean it would be Eminem-esque, but I mean he's done it before. No, he's killed his girlfriend on a song, so.
Yeah, but that doesn't compare to somebody doing it in real life and then making a song about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though that's a great, what he did was great work, you know, especially Kim on the Marshall Mathers LP, and the first song, was it 97 Bonnie and Clyde, right? Wait, was that the song?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, but I just feel like, I don't know, with the things that we've seen now, the things we've been exposed to.
No, I
even
feel
in music, if he can be, and if he cares to be, if he cares to go that far to be shocking.
And that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like I don't think he's, but I don't know. I mean, the album's coming, so we'll see. But to me, I don't think he cares to go that far.
Yeah, I don't think
he might.
I don't think he really wants to get canceled. He wants money still coming in.
Well, he got all the money he needs though. Like he don't care. I don't think he cares about the money. Like I don't know how well this project will do. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it you know, it's Eminem, so it's gonna sell. It probably won't do as much as he used to, but it's still Eminem. So he's still got a big ass fan base. Like he's not hurting. He's probably getting more money off of his old albums a month than anything else. Like his royalties checks are probably insane, and he probably don't need to do anything else. Like he's not doing this for that.
I don't know, but you know, he has a daughter. She one day gonna have kids. I'm
sure she got a trust already.
Yeah, but I'm saying, why wouldn't he want to keep it going for his family in the future, even beyond him?
I mean, if he got canceled, it wouldn't stop. Like, if he got canceled, that money wouldn't stop. Like, it ain't like they cut your money off. Like, he's still gonna get royalty checks for whatever.
And the type of canceled I'm thinking about, like Diddy, R. Kelly.
Well, yeah, that's stuff that people need to be canceled for. Kanye ain't canceled.
It affected his behavior, and stuff he said and stuff has affected his money.
I mean, somewhat, but not enough for
on the outside looking in to be downgraded from a billionaire, you know.
So but that's paper anyway. Like he ain't have $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's all net worth. So I mean, I don't think it affected him that much.
And we'll see when the album comes out, but I think I might be on to something, because even this song is not shocking like the other ones.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I definitely think he's held back in this song. So yeah, it's funny because in the actual video, Dr. Dre's like, this dude's trying to get us canceled, and I'm like it, it reads in the bubble, and I was like, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, Slim Shady, like he wants to do everything, and that might be the theme of the album. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
But that's what I predicted. I was like, he's trying to get canceled. Whether he's trying to really or not, like that may be the theme. Like, I'm gonna try to see if I can get canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether I go far enough to or not, that's up for debate. Because this song is definitely not far enough to get him canceled. I don't think.
And then like maybe Megan don't even gotta shoot at him. Just like say something funny back. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean.
him.
That's what I mean. Like, I see Megan got a good personality. Like, she's funny and she has a good sense of humor. I understand that's something that should not be joked about.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's her. So personal. It's something that's personal to her. So if she finds it funny, like, we can't say shit about it. You know what I mean? Like, and that don't mean we can joke about it either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's personal to her.
Yeah.
But if she finds it funny, I can see her even finding it funny, like in her own space, maybe not even saying it, but just listening to him and being like, like he got it off, like just a little head nod, not really, because like you said, I don't think it was crazy egregious, but it's still just something that it's touchy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to be joking about it. So you seen any good movies lately?
I haven't seen any movies lately.
No,
I don't think so. Have I?
You ain't watched J-Lo movie?
Oh, you know what I saw? Who?
J-Lo, Atlas. You ain't watched that?
I ain't seen that. I heard about it.
I heard it was so good.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm fucking around. I heard it was trash, but
okay.
It's weird. How you feel about J-Lo? Let me ask you that.
Well, when I was younger, I really liked that "Waiting for Tonight."
Yeah, it's a classic. We play that at all the boat parties.
Yeah, I really liked that song.
I won't be on yacht parties or nothing, but I always see them playing.
And I've enjoyed some of her performances. What's that? Money Train with Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson. Yeah. I'm keeping it real with you.
That's all I want.
Cause and I've enjoyed some of her other music, like I'm Real, that song.
Let me rephrase it, because I enjoy her music. How you feel about her as an actor?
Oh, I think she's good.
Oh, okay.
I do think she's good.
I think she's okay.
I
enjoy her music
because I've seen her in that movie with Mark Anthony. She was good in that. I think she's good. A good actress. What's that one with George Clooney? I think she was good in that.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that.
No?
What movie was that? I'm trying to remember.
I forget. It's not A Long Kiss Goodnight, is it?
No.
I forget.
That's my shit. Samuel Jackson.
But yeah, I think she is good. I've enjoyed her in some romantic comedies. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've enjoyed her in some movies.
Mm-hmm.
So like I wasn't getting at that she was trash, but I think her range isn't that far, to tell you the truth. To me, I saw a quick review on TikTok, and I asked you how you felt about her, because it seems like a lot of people don't like her. Like a lot of people hate her. It's weird to me.
Why?
I don't know, and I don't know where that came from. But I mean, it's a small sample size. I'm not out there polling the whole United States it's just what I see on social media and online, and when I read reviews, it just seems like a lot of people don't like her. Like they even making jokes about Ben, and Ben saying that he remarried her in and I don't know, maybe he said this, but they made a little meme like I married her in a fit of delusion or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he did say that, you know, I don't know, maybe they're having problems and he said that shit. But it just seems like a lot of people don't like her. And I'm not sure why. Mm-hmm. I just was trying to engage where you were.
I don't know her. I mean, the only time I've ever
that's funny to me because that's where I fall on the spectrum sometimes. Like I don't know people enough that hate people like people be hating people.
But the only times that I've felt something that was I felt Tommy Davidson, he was on Club Shay Shay, and he told an interesting story that that didn't cast the best light on her.
Okay.
He was basically like, they used to hang out when they did in Living Color. Mm-hmm. They used to hang out, be cool, and all of that. And then
a lot of younger people don't know she was on Living Color.
Yeah. She was one of the fly girls.
Yep,
right?
one of the fly girls.
And then like he said he saw her years later when she had blew up and all of this.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
I didn't see the Shay Shay, but he's always told this story, so I believe it. Like I think it's true. Because I've seen him tell this story like on multiple occasions. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When he was saying what's up to her, and she was
she was looking like she ain't know him or something.
Yeah, or she just was like, hey, and then
But sometimes I think that's, I don't know. Sometimes I think when that happens, it's twofold, because sometimes you can feel closer to a person than what a person feels to you, and it's not necessarily them being ignorant or dissing you. It's just like you're not that close of a person to them.
But what if it is like he said? What if they was like that? Like,
well,
like,
I mean,
like cool like that.
Yeah, but being cool at a job is different than being cool. But I don't know. Like maybe they were cool like out of work, and maybe they were like because it was why they was filming, right?
No, they said that she said they used to hang out, I guess, if I'm remembering it right. This seemed like not while they were working. Like they would go out to eat and stuff.
Oh, I thought they were filming together and would go out to eat like after the filming and all that.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, it's like work. Know. It's like going out with your work people. Like I go out with work people, but I don't necessarily, they're not the closest people to me. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I would hang out with them out of like we've gone out and gone to bars and stuff after work, but they're not like I wouldn't consider them friends. They would be more associates. I treat people how I treat people. So sometimes when you treat people a certain way, it feels more. You know what I mean? And then there's offense there, like when it's not that, because the other person felt. Because I've been on the other end of that too, like where I thought it was more not relationship wise, like just friendship wise. Like I thought it was a deeper connection, and it wasn't. But I've been on the opposite end too, where people thought it was a deeper connection with me, and it wasn't. Like it's just how I am. Like I just treat people. I try to treat people good, and I try to be the same with everybody. Like whether you're my best friend or you're the person I just met. Like, but that don't mean you're my friend. Like we're not gonna be on the phone or texting every day or talking or doing that. Like it just ain't gonna be. And some people don't understand that, I think. Like some people at work, I think, get connected to their work people, and it's not always, it's not a friendship thing. And I see it all. I mean, I see it a lot with work, because then when something happens, like say they get a promotion or something, and then they act a certain way, or then people are like, well, damn, like I thought that was my person. Like I thought we was cool like that. It's like, yeah, y'all was cool, but y'all wasn't friends. Like you thought y'all was friends. So I don't know, but I'm not saying is that for him. He's always told this story, so it's got to be something to it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've heard the story before in the past. I didn't even see him on Club Shay Shay.
It sounded like it was deep to him.
Yeah, and obviously it got to be because he's been telling this story for a long time, like for years. So it's obvious that it affected him. Like he really thought they was friends, and obviously she didn't. Like I don't know, but sometimes I don't know if that's when I hear one person's story about a person. Like there's people out there that you hear like many stories about, and you're like, oh okay. Like that's the person they are. And then there's people, you'll hear a story here and there, but it's kind of like you got to take it with a grain of salt and figure out if it was just that person, like if that was just their interaction or if that's the person they are. And maybe that's what it is with her. Like maybe that's just his, that was his interaction and she's not that type of person. But I don't know. I don't know none of these people. So you can't tell. Yeah. I don't know her personally. I don't really see much of her interviews or anything because I'm not just that invested in her. Like I'm not interested in her, so I don't know how she. I don't
have
or whatever.
As far as like people not liking her, I don't have that. That to where I'm gonna say something about her marriage or relationship or anything like that. Like everything has been perfect in my life.
Yeah, yeah, no. Now I just see a lot of people like shitting on her, and I don't know if it's warranted. That's what I look at. Like when I see people shitting on her, I'm not sure because a lot of times it is men, and I don't know where that's coming from. Like maybe she said something like feminist type shit. Maybe she said, and they're just not liking her because of that.
I think it's like it's probably not warranted, and people just talk about entertainers. Like they just talk loosely about entertainers.
Yeah, that's always. Yeah, I in my older age, even though I say stuff sucks, I say somebody did a shitty job, but I always try to acknowledge the work that they do, and I understand it's not an easy thing to do. Because I kind of, as I've gotten older, I don't like that. Like, I know you like it even less because you'll try to like censor yourself and not say something bad about somebody. Now I'll say it. I don't know how good that is, but I'll say it. But also I'll try to caveat it with knowing that what they're doing is not an easy thing. But just that it was trash or like I didn't like it. Like it was bad. But at least I didn't see, so I can't say.
Yeah, no, I heard. I actually heard the opposite.
A lot of people say it was bad.
I heard the opposite. I heard it was good.
Oh, well, that's good.
I didn't even know she was in it. I heard it was good.
Yeah, she was starring.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a star.
What's it about?
I have no idea.
Okay.
But dude that gave the review, one of the dudes that I saw that gave the funniest ass review, his review was funny because he basically did a 1 minute breakdown of the whole movie, and it was hilarious. I don't know how true it is, but he was coming back. It was 1 minute because he cut it. It was on TikTok, of course, but he would come back with different videos like, I'm 10 minutes in and such and such. All right, I'm 25 minutes in and she's cried 6 times already. like stuff like that. Like he was like, I'm 45 minutes in, I'm ready to kill myself. And he's like, she's cried like 9 times and that's the only dialogue or something he said. And it was funny. And I think he was being funny on purpose, but I don't know how accurate it is. So I was thinking about checking it out. I'll put it in my list.
I mean, what you're saying actually makes me want to kind of see it now. Because sometimes I like stuff that people that don't get good reviews actually like. Yeah.
You told me a couple things were good and I didn't watch them yet, but I seen like the majority of people say it's up. And I was like, all right, I don't know how to feel about that. I like it, man. But I like stuff like that too. Yeah. Like I told you before, like all the Marvel shit, like all the stuff that came after Endgame. Now, I can recognize it's not as good as the earlier stuff. But it don't mean it's terrible. and some of the stuff was good. Like some of the stuff was great. You know, not as great. Like I think that's a hard bar to fill, but I do think stuff that came after Endgame, there was some great stuff in there.
I like She-Hulk.
Yeah, I like She-Hulk. I like Miss Marvel. I like Moon Knight. I like
Miss Marvel was good.
Falcon Winter Soldier. I like all that stuff.
Wait, my bad.
Hawkeye.
Captain Marvel. I like Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I like Captain Marvel too. I liked The Marvels. I thought that was a good movie, and it got bombed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need to watch that too.
Oh, I just watched and this is DC, but the second Aquaman I thought was great.
I did not.
I think it's better than the first one.
I do not.
I do.
I do not.
I thought it was great.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, that thing. It took me 3 days to get through the whole movie, and I don't ever stop movies. Like took me 3 days to get through the whole movie, but I wanted to get through the whole movie before I did a review. I never did a review because I just thought it wasn't worth my time. But yeah, it was. I really didn't like it. Like it was so hard to get through for me. The first 20 minutes, I was like, all right, what
is it? I don't get it.
And then,
because I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was trash to me.
How so? What? Why?
It just, the pacing, the tone of it, like it was really off. It didn't seem like they knew the direction. Like it was really comedic in some parts, and he was being really comedic. But then it was like kind of serious, like in the same breath, like in the same interactions. Like there would be something serious and then something like super funny. Like I'm just not into that, which is probably one of the reasons why the last Thor I didn't really like as much either, because they turned Thor into, and that's the thing. Stoic characters, they don't know how to do. Like I think they're afraid that it's not going to draw, because Thor is really stoic. Aquaman is really stoic. Like they're not funny. They're really serious. Really, some people say bland characters in the comics. So all those type of who else? It's another I mean, the Punisher, but they did the Punisher right. Like this, that was no brainer. He was supposed to be that way. I mean, all the shit he went through. There's a few other characters that's blanking on my mind. Oh, Drax, really stoic, really serious. Only person in the comic really that could fuck with Thanos. They really nerfed him. Like that was his whole purpose. He was created to kill Thanos, and you know they really didn't know how to handle him, so they made him funny. And even though I love Drax and I think he's hilarious, and I thought he did a good job, Batista being Drax, and I really came to like that character, but I like it for a different reason. But I can recognize that they ain't do it right, as in the comics.
Here's a fun fact: I saw a audition tape of Chadwick Boseman auditioning for Drax.
To be Drax?
Yeah, and he was really serious.
Yo, that is wild. He probably read the comics and was like, this is how I got to do it.
Okay. And then so, because it seemed like they didn't have an actor set to roles.
No.
And then so they came
What they said is they had people read, and then, I mean, they'll look later on, like, depending on what character, and be like, oh, we still got this tape. Let's see what this person, and they might have came in for a different, different character, different read. That's how they do it. Like that's how a lot of movies do that. Like producers and directors, like when they're casting directors, like they'll use tapes from, like, maybe you did an audition 4 years ago or something, and be like, oh, who's that one person? Remember that? And then they'll get the tape and be like, oh yeah, they might be perfect for this role. Bring them in. So that's cool. I didn't even know that. I've never. That's the first time I heard that. That Chadwick audition for Drax. Yo, that's dope.
And that's interesting that you told me how Drax originally.
Yeah, Drax was a very serious, very stoic, kind of how he was when he first was introduced in Guardians. Like how but it still was funny because he is literal. It is a literal, his race is literal. Like they don't understand metaphors and stuff. So that it made it funny, but that's how he was. Like he was just, serious. He didn't joke. What he said was it. It wasn't a metaphor. It wasn't just saying stuff. Like it was what it was. And he was one of the few characters, like I said, that Thanos, I can't say he was afraid of, but Thanos was like, get him the fuck away from me. Like, like he gotta go. Like he and that was his sole purpose, to kill Thanos for his family, which they did, they left that in there. But it's just characters getting back to Aquaman. It's just, he's stoic too. He's the same thing. Like he's kind of serious. He's a king. He's always trying to figure out how to take care of his people and to save the surface people when his people don't want to. Like, and I just think they usually introduce comedy, and it was just too much for me in the second Aquaman.
I liked it.
It was just too much.
I liked it. I thought it was
even the action. Good. I thought with all the action, I would be good. But even the action, like they would break it up with some comedy, and I just did not like that shit. I was so pissed. So I don't know. I mean, that just goes to show, though.
Yeah.
Like, listen, it's funny because I told my boy about Dune. He came over, watched Dune, and he's like, what the fuck is this shit? And I'm like, yo, this is the best movie I've seen in 2021. He's like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, the fuck did I just watch? And I'm like, see, it's just people taste. Just people taste, because I thought it was the best movie in the world. I was hyping it up.
Yeah.
And he watched this shit. He sat here. I could tell he was bored because he's fidgeting and looking around and looking at his phone. I'm like, you don't miss this shit. Like, yeah, he's like, alrighty. So I ain't even asked. When it went off, he was like, alrighty. I don't know what I just watched, but it's like, I get up with you. Yeah. So I mean, it just goes to show it's all subjective.
A movie I did see. I saw this movie, I'd say 1, 2, 3, take -3, like 27 years after it was released. Good Burger.
Good Burger. Welcome to Good Burger.
And the Good Burger's good. The first movie, I think it came out in 97.
Yeah, it's a classic.
I never saw it. I didn't know it was that good. I thought maybe it was like
some bullshit,
like a kid movie or something. But it's actually good. And then I saw Good Burger 2.
That was trash.
It's not as good.
He don't want to say it, but I never seen Good Burger 2. I never had a desire to watch any sequels of Good Burger. I mean, Good Burger was good. I did like Good Burger, but I just didn't have the desire to watch that shit.
That burger ain't the same. It ain't as good.
The burger ain't as good.
No, it's not as good. But lately, I've kind of canceled a lot of apps just to get a hold on some of this money coming.
I feel you, because I swear I got like 15 subscriptions. It's worse than cable. Like they got us. Like they got us for real. Like we let them turn this shit back into fucking cable, and I'm pissed. I'm pissed about it. I've been a cord cutter for a long time. I haven't had cable in 15 years. When I first got my cable cut off and I started just streaming, like there was only 1 or 2 apps. I remember I had even Sling. Like I'll get to Sling, but I think it was, what apps did I have? I only had a couple apps, and I had some of the apps that you probably shouldn't have. I had some of them, and I could see some live TV. That was before I knew it was illegal. I didn't know it was illegal at the time. So I just was like, that was when the boxes first came out, and they're like, yeah, you just plug this box in, you can get everything. I didn't understand streaming rights. I didn't understand all that stuff at that time. So I used the box, and I was getting my cable. I think I was paying like $15 a month for everything. And that was great. Then slowly, then Netflix changed. This is when No, Netflix was still delivering DVDs, and they when they changed to all streaming, I remember I got Netflix and I got a couple other services, but now, even the last maybe 5 years, I got Sling maybe 5 years ago for live TV, and I think I was paying $35 a month for everything, all the channels, everything. Right now, I think I pay $73 a month for that shit.
For Sling.
Yeah, for Sling. And
that's like a cable pack.
Yeah, that's okay. That's what it is. It's just it's all the live channels, and you know, got free DVR. It's not free. It's $73 a month. But they say free DVR space and all that good stuff, which it is. You can record whatever and you got space for it. But it's crazy. I only got it for my fiance because I don't really look at it that much. I'm on YouTube a lot. So I pay for premium YouTube though now. I can't go back. After I started and didn't have to fuck with the commercials, the ads, I'm like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
Now I can't stop it. I gotta get rid of something else. But I got Hulu, I got Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Sling, YouTube. What else? Amazon Prime,
Max,
HBO Max, Tubi. Tubi's the only one that's free. That's free for real. Like, they have commercials, but Tubi's free for real. That's the only thing that's free.
Apple TV?
I got Apple TV.
Okay.
That ain't free. ESPN Plus. Damn, I don't even know how many I named. I got more. It's more. Wait, there's more.
Netflix?
Yeah, Netflix. I don't know what else.
Plus?
No, I don't got No, I don't have BET Plus, but that's the one thing that my fiance's paying for. She got it. I don't watch nothing on there. She watches all those side shows, those shows. I call them it's like Tubi's cousin shows.
Peacock.
Yeah, I got Peacock. The fuck, I forgot. I got Peacock. I only watched half this shit. I should just get rid of it, but then as soon as I get rid of it, it's gonna be something that I need to watch.
Stars.
I do have Stars. That's with my package on Sling though. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I got MGM Plus too. Cause my Godfather of Harlem. I gotta watch that. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. I don't even want to know how much I'm paying a month.
Now,
I gotta be paying more than $200 a month.
Let me ask you this.
And the internet. You need the internet for all this shit. So
do you keep track of? Well, damn. So you talking about Sling, and then all them apps, and then you paying for Wi-Fi. That's probably more than you was paying for cable.
Way more than I'm paying for cable. But I need the Wi-Fi for everything. So I ain't really. That's a given. Like, my dad don't got Wi-Fi. I don't know how he do it. I told him to get it. I said, if he, it ain't like it's gonna be hard burden on him, like for the money wise. But he just like, nah, I don't want it. I don't need it. I told him if he get
internet access.
No.
Oh.
Except for his phone.
Okay.
He got a cell phone and he be on there all the time. But yeah, he don't got no internet at his house. Listen, he ain't had Wi-Fi in years. Like, my mom had it when she was alive, and it's been years before. I mean, she passed in 2020, so she didn't have it for like 4 years. So he ain't had it for about 9 years probably. He just like, whatever. But then he's always asking about shows. He's like, you seen this show? I want to see this show. And I'm like, you can see it if he has a Wi-Fi, because you could just use my, you can have all my damn apps. Everyone but Netflix. Netflix is the only one that's monitoring shit.
Yeah.
For now. But yeah, I'm like, you can watch all that shit. You will see all, and all he do is watch TV. So I don't know. I don't know why he's against it, but it would open up a whole new world for him.
Let me ask you this. Do you keep track of what comes out when?
I do not.
Okay.
I need to.
Yeah.
But you talking to a person that I have all my bills on auto pay too, which thankfully I feel like I made it, because I always said I would never do that shit, but it's so much easier, and I forget to pay my bills. Even when I had the money. Like, it's one thing if you don't have the money, like what you gonna do? but I used to forget even when I had the money. So I get late fees and all that shit for years. Like my credit card bills, all that. Like I just, and I don't have a lot of credit cards. I don't have a lot of debt, period. But everything but my mortgage is on auto pay, basically. Like everything I let me reframe that. Everything, all the streaming services, of course, are because they gotta be kind of. They come out whenever. I do have some of them in my calendar, so I do know when some of them's coming out. But all my main like life bills are on auto pay, like electric, gas, cut off.
Know, it's a little annoying to me. Like that's why if I sign up again, I'm gonna try to know. Do you have any?
They sneak me sometimes.
You have Patreon?
I do have Patreon.
Who you follow on Patreon?
Bobby Skullface, which is shout out to Bobby. He's a Transformers collector.
Okay.
He's a little bit bigger than me, but he's very well known in the community. I was just at his house last week. He has a barbecue every year and invites a lot of like the community, a lot of the collector community. Dope dude. But yeah, I follow his Patreon. He probably puts out the most of any. It's not just about collecting. Like he got like 4 or 5 different podcasts he's on that he does. And how much is his? I think $10 I pay a month. But he puts out. He got to put out like he puts out something every day, a different something every day. Like when I tell you, he'll have like 2 reviews, a podcast, and something else like in a day. Like it.
Is that like all he does?
No.
Okay.
He's actually has a day job. I don't know if I'm not gonna say what it is, but it's pretty intensive too. So I follow, of course, Ice Cream Convos.
Okay.
I'm on their Patreon, but I believe theirs is free. I can't remember. I know she used to charge, and I had it on there, but I think she stopped and maybe was feeling like she wasn't putting out enough content to charge, so I think she stopped the payment. I'm not sure, but now the podcast is back up. Ice Cream Convos podcast. Go check that out. Of course. I don't even want to say friend of the show. That's like related to the show.
I follow the JBP on there, JBN.
Oh, okay.
Pay that $25 a month. It's worth it.
Yeah,
because you get like 4 pods. Well, you get the 2 main, and you get at least 2 extra ones every week. So yeah,
that's good. Good content.
Yeah,
that's all you follow on there.
Yeah, that's it. Like I used to follow a couple others, but you know, like what it was with the other ones is what they put out. What you would get extra. Like I used to follow. I don't want to say because I used to follow one, and they would have like movie nights and stuff like that, and I didn't really participate in that. And
sounds dope.
And
where they watch a movie and together, you watch with them.
Yeah, and I guess the guy, he would maybe talk during it.
Yeah. I follow a couple people on YouTube that do that. I like watching it because it's almost like watching it with somebody. Like you know, that sounds lonely as shit, but that's like, you know, I don't like watching movies by myself. And a lot of times I do gotta watch movies by myself, like shit that I'm into that other people aren't into. So I do watch that. I watch people on YouTube, like watch the movies.
I do watch Natalie Gold on YouTube sometimes, and she'll watch a movie, but you know she'll edit it and be really like 45 minutes of her reacting to the movie.
Oh, okay.
And I find that entertaining when she's watching a movie that, you know, I'm interested in. But as far as that does sound good, having movie nights, but I guess maybe with I just never got into it. Maybe with my work schedule or whatever. Yeah. And also they would do their podcasts. There are a couple podcasts they do. When they're doing it live, you can go watch it, but it'll come out on YouTube like the next day.
Oh, okay.
So maybe you'll get a little more to where before they cut it. That you would get.
Yeah, because Patreon, they ain't got to worry about The copyright issue. When you're on YouTube, they gotta figure out a way to cut it so they don't get demonetized.
Okay.
Because you can't have just the whole thing playing. You gotta have what's called it's gotta be transformative material, which means you have to add more to it than what the original is.
Oh, okay.
So with you just talk, like with them just talking over the whole movie plan, they would definitely get a copyright strike if they did that on YouTube. So they gotta cut it. You gotta cut it certain ways. Some people distort the sound sometimes they blur the picture because YouTube copyright claims are insane. They be picking up everything. So they'll pick up pictures, whatever. And true, you shouldn't be using other people's stuff, other people's videos or whatever, but sometimes it's crazy what they do. So I understand that. And Patreon, they could just do the whole movie and you can watch the whole movie. I've thought about joining people's Patreons that I watch on YouTube because of that. Because almost every reaction channel has a Patreon because of that. Because of the stuff we're reacting to. That's why I was so big when Kendrick released his copyrights, because that means people could play the whole song and not get copywritten. And they said they was making bank. Like people was making bank because that's not done. And, you know, it was such a wide search topic that they were getting mad views.
I wonder if more people will do that. Like more artists will do that.
Probably not. Probably not. I can't see more artists doing that. I can't even see him doing it like all the time. Like I think there's a special circumstance. He was probably like, whatever. Like it's this stuff. He probably weighed the pros and cons and to get out there more. Did you see Mad Max, the old one?
What you mean with Mel Gibson?
Yeah, no, I didn't mean the old one.
Fury Road?
I mean, yeah, the new old one.
I think I might have seen parts of it. I don't really know it like that though.
Oh, okay. That was a great movie too. I never thought I would like it, and it is kind of weird. It's a weird world. Like, but I think the action and it was similar to Dune as far as like the action, the cinematography, and all that stuff. I say that because the new one's coming out in the movies, and it's weird looking to me because it seems to have a different tone, and I don't know if it's because Thor's in it. Let me stop calling him Thor. Chris Hemsworth. It was weird to me because the preview I saw, it seemed like Thor.
Okay.
When he was talking and the way he was acting, it seemed like the last Thor, Love and Thunder. Even though, like I said, I like that movie, it's just too much comedy for me coming from Thor. I don't think it was a terrible movie, but yeah, this is a prequel too. I didn't realize that, but it's the girl, Charlie, what's her name? Charlie Thing, the actor.
Charlize Theron?
Yeah, Charlize Theron. Oh, he's always be fucking her name up. I don't know why, but I can never remember that shit. But yeah, it's her younger.
Yeah.
Like the person she played younger. She was crazy too.
Furiosa.
Furiosa. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I'm interested in it. I don't think I'm gonna go to the movies to see it. I'm gonna wait for it to come out. However, I think it looks. I'm hoping it's not comedic. I'm hoping there's not a lot of comedy in it. There was a little bit of comedy in the one before it. For the most part, it was serious and a lot of action. It was just weird. Some of the stuff was weird, but it was the world. It was the world they were in. I just watched Kong and Godzilla, the new one. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't know how good it was, but I enjoyed it. If you can understand that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it was necessarily it wasn't a great movie. Let me put it that way. It wasn't a great movie. I wasn't like, "Ooh, that was a great story," and it wasn't that. And I don't know if those type of movies are supposed to be that. I sometimes hate when people say that with certain movies, but I've said it about that movie. Because I like I said, I think some movies are made to enjoy for what they are, like just action, just popcorn movies is what I call them. So if they just got a lot of action in it, a lot of world building, and that's what I like. Like I like all the monsters. I like all the Godzilla stuff. Like, I like that they try to keep it kind of how it used to be back in the day, with the ridiculousness of it, of what it is, but still kind of grounded. That's what I like about the newer Godzilla movies. And it's no different. It's some over the top dialogue that I didn't like. Like, it's kind of cringy sometimes. And all the actors in it are good actors, but like I said, I think the writing didn't do it justice, didn't do the actors justice. But when Kong and Godzilla's on the screen, like, I'm in that bitch like, oh yeah, like this is what I'm here for. Like when they fighting and shit, and I'm like, yeah, this is what this movie's about. Like this, I could just get rid of all these humans. That's how I always feel about movies like that, like Transformers and like, get the fucking humans out of here. Like, dude, we don't need to see them. Like, I understand why y'all insert them, because the wider audience is not going to go see a movie with just robots in it. But I don't give a fuck. Like, get them humans out of here, kill them, do whatever you're gonna do with them. like hit them, like get them out. So, but yeah, it was, like I said, it was a alright movie. It wasn't bad. I like the action. I like fighting, and it was kind of cool. I like the storyline too, kind of how they explain certain stuff. But yeah, I watched that last night.
I did see the one when they was fighting each other. The one before that. And that was good.
Oh yeah. I like that. I think that was better than this one.
Okay.
But this had some elements in it. This one wasn't a bad movie, but I do think that one was better. I think that one was better. I'm
looking forward to the fourth Bad Boys movie.
Oh yeah,
I think that's
me too.
Matter of fact, I think that's coming out next week. Oh,
the 6th, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Wait, is that?
I think that's next Thursday.
Wait, well, okay. It wouldn't be coming out Friday?
No, they come out Thursday night.
Okay.
All the movies.
Want to see that.
It's probably tickets on sale now. I haven't been to the movies in a long time. There's been a lot of movies I want to see. I'm a movie person, but I just, Brenda don't like a lot of stuff. Like a lot of the stuff I like. I mean, I like a wide range of stuff. So there's stuff that we both like. But my comic book shit and all that shit, like, she don't really get down with, so she don't be really wanting to go. She'll go, and she's gotten into Marvel besides the last recent releases, but she'll go. But it's like, she's not that into it.
I know how that is. Like, I think I've been in a relationship where the person I was with thought that my movie choices were weird.
Yeah, I think she thinks my movie choices are weird. Yeah. Depending on, but I like a wide range of stuff. Like, I like stuff that she's into too. Like love stories and stuff like that. Like, I'm cool with that too. Like, I like that stuff. I just like movies. I like good movies.
Yeah.
But my favorite genre just happens to be like action comic book. And it just is, it's what I'm into. You watch any of the basketball games?
No. Nope.
I've been watching everything.
I heard Kyrie is doing pretty well.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Bill Walton. He died. He just passed. And rest in peace to Minnesota Timberwolves too. Speaking of Kyrie shitting on them last night, they got trashed. They got trashed between him and Luka. Kyrie, and it's funny because they were getting shitted on. The team, the actual team, was getting or I should say the general management, for getting Kyrie, and that was probably the best move they did. See, that's why y'all ain't in the fucking front office of these NBA teams. Y'all just sitting home tweeting or doing whatever, talking trash, talking about why the hell they got him when they have Luka. And they are similar with ball handling because they both shitting. Like, they both, because it's gonna be double. I guess they thought Luka couldn't share the ball, but They're just fine. I think they beat the Timberwolves last night by like 35, something like that. It was the most ever in a closeout game. It was their closeout too, and they were home. Timberwolves was home, so in front of their home fans, they got shitted on by 35 points or more. They were leading. I don't know, it might have been less, but it was almost close to 30 points.
Well, let me ask you a question for someone who doesn't really keep up. What team is Luka and Kyrie on?
Oh, the Mavericks. Yes.
Okay. And what round?
Mavericks.
And what round is this? The semifinals?
This the finals. They just went to the finals. They just went. The Mavericks just went to the finals, and they're playing the Boston Celtics, I believe.
Oh, it's final time now.
Yeah. Next Thursday is the finals.
So what is looking like?
Next Thursday is
the first game.
The first game of the finals.
So what is, in your opinion, what is looking like this matchup? That'll be entertaining.
Yeah, I think it's going to be entertaining because they're both at a high level.
Mm-hmm.
Jaylen Brown is killing it too. So just seeing Tatum and Jaylen Brown and against Luka and Irvin, like Kyrie got to be one of the best ball handlers ever in the NBA. I said all the time, like when especially when he was younger, but he still got skills. He still can handle that rock. It's like on a yo-yo. It's like a yo-yo, like for real.
I remember watching him on the Cavs with LeBron.
Yeah. Like he just on another level with ball handling, and he's smart. He's smart on the basketball court. Luka is a beast too. Luka was cooking last night.
Prediction
is the Mavericks.
Okay.
If they play like they played, I say that, but they did play bad a couple games. They could have swept. I'm just upset at Minnesota because they were down 3-1. No, was it 3? No, they were down 3-0. They went to Mavericks home and grabbed that game. Like they were about to be eliminated, and they beat them and beat them respectively, respectedly, and like it just wasn't like, oh, they got lucky. Like they beat them. So then they come home to yesterday and fans in there jumping, thinking they're about to go. Charles Barkley said they was about to blow the Mavericks out. And the first 10 minutes, Luka had 20 points, which was crazy. And he was talking to everybody. He was talking to Snoop Dogg. He was talking to everybody. Like, I think Snoop was Timberwolves fan.
Well, as he was playing?
Yeah. Okay. Like Snoop was in the crowd and he showed Snoop and he's like, because every time he came down, he would say something to him and point in like, yeah. So, you know, it was all fun because Snoop was like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do with him?
Yeah.
Like he come down shooting threes from the damn logo on the floor in the middle. Hey, crazy. But yeah, he's and I'm kind of upset because Anthony Edwards did not play well.
Is this the guy that Shaq said should have won the MVP?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Here's another question from somebody who hasn't been paying attention. Is Luka and Joker, they're not the same?
No.
Okay.
Different version.
So Joker's not in this?
No, Joker got put out.
Okay.
Joker's the one that won the MVP, but they got put out.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Joker's not athletic at all. Like Joker, if I saw him walking down the street, or I always joke, like if I seen him running down the court in a pickup game and we had to pick teams, he would be picked last and be the best person out there and you ain't even know. But just looking at him run and the way he shoots and walks and tries to steal the ball, like he has not an athletic bone in his body. Like he looks like he is uncoordinated. But he can pass his ass off. He can shoot. He plays his position well. He does a lot of stuff great. You got skills.
Well, isn't that an oxymoron? If he's that great, he is athletic, right?
No, you don't have to be athletic and be great. That's what I'm saying. Like, he ain't athletic. Like, he's an athlete.
Yeah.
He's not athletic. Like, he's an athlete by name, but he's not athletic. If you see him, like, he looks like he's 50, 60 years old. playing in the NBA. Like he looks like he's an older dude, but he's not. But just running up and down, and I don't know what it is. I don't know. He looked like he got bad knees. He looked like, but when he get the ball, he knows how to move his body. He knows how to. He uses it.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's big. He's a big dude, so he knows how to use his body. He knows how to pass. He has great court vision. He has a high basketball IQ. All that can trump the athleticism. And so Trump was found guilty. You follow Trump?
No, but I actually was listening to about that on the Breakfast Club on the way here.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was found guilty on what, 34 charges, I think. And it's weird when you see the charges because they're like, I've read all the charges and it's all like submitted a receipt with such and such, submitted where he's just falsified information, because this is like a financial case. Even though they're felony charges, like I don't think people understand. Like people just see 34 felony charges he's convicted of. I don't believe he's going to jail. Most of the time people don't go to jail that's convicted of this, which is unfortunate. Not just because I would like to see him go to jail, but because I think it's always unfortunate when financial crimes aren't handled the same way, because a lot of times it's these billionaires and millionaires that are committing these crimes and they just get the fine that they can pay anyway. Like they just get a big ass fine that they usually can pay, and his cult people will probably pay for him. Like, so it's like whatever. I mean, it's history because it's the first ex-president to ever, or any president, ex or not, to be convicted of a crime ever in life. So that's great. He set that record. He'll probably be using that for his advantage. Like he'd probably be like, yeah, I set records. I set great records. I'm the greatest person. I'm the greatest president ever. I don't like dwelling too much on politics, so I just wanted to mention it. Just in case people might be interested in it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much it's going to change anything for the political climate, because his people are going to still vote for him. It don't matter. He could be in jail and they would probably still vote for him, which is insane, but is what it is. Sean Kingston is getting sued too, just like Trump.
Shoot, more than sued, I heard.
He's not getting sued. He's got charges, I think like 9, but they're financial crimes.
And his mom.
Yeah, well, yeah, I heard his house got raided. His mom was there. Yeah. She got detained. Yeah. I don't know if she's involved in the crimes. I didn't read enough of it.
I think she is. I think she is. And,
that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
she might be accomplished by and not know it, because he was writing checks. He was writing bad checks, and that's what I heard. Basically, is most of it. Like he was buying stuff with checks, bad checks. So she could have been used. She could have been like, "Oh yeah, my son is a star. Like he got money. Here's a check, mom." And she all right, and she using it. She accomplished now. Like that's crazy. Hey, how you gonna get your mom jammed up like that? Damn.
Shoot, I don't know. I don't know much about that story. I've heard some of it. Just
what I heard, he bought various things with checks and false credit cards, and that stuff ain't to be played with, because that's federal crime. And I don't know if the feds indicted him, but if the feds are on you, they got a lot of information. I always say that. If the feds are on you, they got a lot of information.
Wait a minute. So how serious is this going to be for him, and how different is it from what Trump is found guilty of?
Well, Trump was found guilty of like lying about different things. I don't know about if he didn't. He like over. I'm kind of I gotta watch myself, because and this ain't alleged no more for Trump. It's alleged for Sean Kingston, because he's not convicted or anything yet. So I want to make that clear. I don't want to spread false information. But But I think is the difference is Sean Kingston was like writing checks of money that he did not have. Like I think Trump was saying the money was going other places. He had the money, but it was like, here's a receipt for this, or he might have been making it up. But that's the thing with writing checks. Like even if you're doing it by mistake, you can get in trouble for that. Like back in the day, I've had that happen. Like where I wrote a check and it wasn't good. I didn't know it wasn't gonna be good. I just didn't have the money. But back in the day when I used checks and it bounced, and then a lot of times they just charge you a couple of hours, $30 or whatever, and go on. But if you keep doing it, and it's like where they can look at it a pattern and see, oh, he doing this on purpose. Like he knows this check is not going to clear, because a check you can't tell right away. Like people just take a check, they think it's good. If they take checks, if they take personal checks, they just take it and like, thank you, and then give you and I think about it like, dang, like back in the day, that was how people paid for shit. So if you ain't have the money, like that's really serious. But that's serious. Like you get some jewelry, you getting some jewelry for $40,000. I don't know if that's what it was for, but you write a $40,000 check. You're Sean Kingston. People are gonna be like, oh, you had some hits. He got $40,000. All right, let me take this check. Here to go to jewelry, and he out gallivanting, and the check bounce, and now you out your $40,000, and that's a felony. Like over $10,000, a crime committed. So that's like thievery by falsification.
So you want to talk about these lists? Couple lists that are out?
I did. Yeah, the list. I didn't really look at the one list. I just heard about. Well, both of them I didn't really look at. I heard about them, and it made me not want to look at them because I know they seem like engagement. So the one list, so the two lists that I've heard about, just to put it out there, is Elliott Wilson's top, what was it? Top albums?
Top disc records.
Top disc records. Yeah. And who had the top albums?
I know
was that
Ebro was involved, I believe.
Oh man, I think Apple. I think it was Apple.
Okay.
Yeah, Apple put out the top. I think it was Apple put out the top. Let me look.
Top 100 albums of all time. False. That is false. That list.
So they put out the top 100 albums of all time. We can discuss that one first.
Okay.
I kind of know.
Okay.
I know Lauryn Hill was number one.
False.
Yeah, that's wild to me. And Michael Jackson Thriller is number 2. That's closer, but.
Well, I heard that some of their specifications or requirements was like I forget the word, but it was like having one theme sort of thing.
Yeah, one what their qualifications. Some of it was they had to have a cohesive like kind of theme throughout the whole album. That was the main one that I heard. Like,
and I was thinking, like, is that necessary for an album to be great? And I don't think so.
Personally, I think it is
necessary.
Yeah,
like you can't have a great album that.
No. Let me take that back. Well, I say that because I don't know too many albums that aren't like that.
Like Thriller is not all about one thing, right?
But it's cohesive.
Okay, but it doesn't have, like, it's not this story.
Not one theme. I understand what they're saying though. Like it's a cohesive album. Like it's an album that was made an album, not a bunch of singles, and that's what they meant by that. And I do think the albums that are a bunch of singles aren't good. There aren't good albums. They're good music on the albums, but I don't know if that's an album, and that's something that's a newer thing because of how music is made and digested. Like it's a newer thing. I don't know if people. That's why I think when people don't do that, like Kendrick, it is praised more. Not that it don't deserve it, but I think it's just so much. It's praised so much more because it's not usually done these days. Like even though Good Kid, Mad City came out a long time ago, but even then, like that's when it around the time when it was started. Like now it's always like it's a lot of albums like that. Cause that's just what it is. Like people just keep releasing singles because of streaming. They gotta stay relevant, and then they just put all this music on one album at the end of the day. And I can hear albums not sounding like albums to me. Like it just sounds like a bunch of singles. So I can understand where they're coming from, but even that is subjective. You know, because there may be there's probably a younger person out there that feels like the album with all singles or is cohesive just because of how their ear is. So I don't know, but I can understand where they're coming from, and I can definitely hear the difference between those type of albums and the type of albums that they didn't want to include. Like to do top 100 albums, that's insane. I couldn't do it, even though we're discussing it. Like I couldn't do it.
I think it might be possible to come up with a really good list that way, but this is not it.
No, this is definitely not it. I think it would be hard, and you would need to have extreme. It would have to be extremely like the criteria would. I don't know if I'm saying it, if I'm trying to say it right, if it's coming out right. But like I think you would have to have a lot of criteria to do it, to do a list. Even though they did have criteria, it still ain't right. It ain't right. The list ain't right.
I feel like there were better lists like in this vein made before.
But it's just it's so many albums. Like it's hard. Even the top songs or diss songs. Diss songs are a little bit easier because there's not as many, but not as many clear diss songs. So I could see doing something like that. But just albums, top 100 albums of all time. That's crazy. All time.
Yeah.
Like how the fuck Lauryn Hill get up there? I just want to know. And I love that album. Played it to death. I played it. How the fuck did she get up there before a lot of people?
Yeah.
Like that's insane to me. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, this list is done. Like I don't even want to see the rest of the list. I seen that, but I seen her up there before Thriller. First of all, it's pissing me off. Like I said, I think her album is a great album. I do think. I know people make the argument, and I kind of agree with them that she's overrated. It's the same way I think Biggie's overrated. And when you use the word overrated, people sometimes don't understand. You're not saying the person ain't good. It's literal. That term is literal, but people don't take it literally. Overrated. That don't mean she shouldn't be at the top. Like she's a great artist. That album is a 10. It's a classic for sure. And I beat that album down when it first came out. And I still listen to it. So we had some technical difficulties with the video and audio. I tried to salvage the audio as best as I could. However, it's not up to par with what we're normally sounding like. So this point on, the audio will be a little worse than it is. And it's not a reflection of what we usually do. But we still wanted to give you this. I don't know. I think because that album is so great, people put her on like this pedestal that I don't know. Like if she came out with some more albums, we don't know. And that's how I feel about Biggie too. He's great, but I think he gets placed somewhere else because he passed. Like, it's a different type of thing, but it's because he passed. I don't think he had enough, and he just ain't have enough for the pedestal they put him on. But that's a different subject.
Yeah, this list is interesting. I'm sitting here looking at the top 10, and a lot of these I wouldn't put in the top 10.
What's the top 10?
The top 10 from 10. Number 10 is Beyonce Lemonade. I probably wouldn't put that in the top 10.
Top 10 of albums of all time?
Nirvana, Nevermind.
Is this albums of all time?
Yeah. Nirvana, Nevermind. I'm not really.
I've heard some of that album, but I haven't heard enough. Nirvana's great.
Amy Winehouse, Back to Black.
That's a great album, but top 10 of all time?
Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City.
All time?
Yeah, I wouldn't
What
put
the
that
fuck?
there. I wouldn't put that there. Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life. That may be.
Maybe, yeah.
I've heard a lot about it.
I wouldn't be mad at putting that there.
Frank Ocean Blonde is ahead of that.
Oh, they wildin'. They wildin'. The Frank Ocean ahead of Stevie Wonder? What the fuck is going on?
Prince and the Revolution, Purple Rain.
Yeah, I agree with that, but
Yeah.
I'm biased. I'm a Prince fan.
I would say. And this one, I'm
Anything
not
Prince and Michael
familiar-
Jackson on there,
This one I'm not too familiar with. The Beatles, Abbey Road. It's number 3.
Yeah, I'm not
and then
familiar.
Thriller and
Thriller, yes.
Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, I don't know what order, but the only albums on there that I might is Stevie, Thriller, Prince, Purple Rain, great album.
Maybe the Beatles.
Maybe the Beatles. I don't know. I haven't heard them enough. I'm just going by their fanfare. I haven't heard. I mean, I've heard some of their albums, but I don't know if that's one. I'm sure it's probably one with maybe the most hit. Well, no, that's not necessarily true.
And you said Stevie, right?
Yeah, Stevie, I could see up there.
And I'm just not too familiar with the Nirvana album.
Yeah, no, I'm not familiar with the Nirvana album.
And then there's albums that are like, for example, Usher. I think Usher's Confessions is like 98, and I'm like, I haven't heard Blonde. I think I tried to listen to Blonde.
Oh, yeah, that being after Blonde?
Like, yeah.
Like way after Blonde. Yeah, that's wild.
Like, if you look at that list and go down the list, Confessions is 98, and then you go lower and lower, and you see the albums that are higher above it, and you're like, no.
Yeah, that on. Yeah, I must admit though, I haven't heard the whole Blonde. I've listened to key songs that I like on there, but I still say nah. That ain't higher than Confessions.
We ain't heard it like
that. If it was that fire, we would have heard it. Yeah. Like, we're into music like that, and we would have heard it.
Yeah.
Like,
I've heard Channel Orange. I've heard
I
think there was one before that. Nostalgic. What's it called?
I don't know. I don't know what his albums are.
But I've heard those, and yeah, I mean, I think one of the things about an album that is one of the greatest of all time is it's damn near everywhere. Like, people know, it's known.
Yeah, like I mean, I would think like that has to be one of the criteria. Like if you're stating a greatest of all time album, it's got to be more people that's like, I can see that. Yeah, like not oh, you bullshit, you full of shit. Like I see a lot of people saying that about this list.
Yeah.
So That's the thing. And my thing is, like I told you earlier when we was discussing it before, I think this week. Like I think a lot of these people be making lists for engagement. And I do think that with social media and needing to go viral and how much money is involved in going viral, with ad revenue and getting the eyes and all that stuff. Like if you don't know about all that, it's a lot of money involved. And I think they make these lists just for engagement. It's just like all the people posting on Facebook making different. Like I follow a comic book and it's similar. Like they do the similar stuff. Like they'll be like, "Oh, Thor, Superman would kill Thor in a fight in 10 minutes," and they just post that, and then motherfuckers be arguing for hours, like in the bottom, in the comments, and they just racking up the dough because they just getting engagement, and more people are watching, and that's just what it is. So I think a lot of these lists, that's what it is. It's farmed engagement.
Correction, Usher Confessions is 95. It's 95.
Yeah, that's still too low. If we talking about
and then Tyler Flower Boy is 92. So right there, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Not saying that's a
and they're not bad albums.
Yeah.
Like that's not
the wrong order.
Yeah, that's not the discussion. Discussion isn't that they're terrible albums. It's that the top 100.
Yeah. My Life is on here. I like that. That's on here. Yeah, it's highly debatable, like, some of this stuff. Because I'm looking at the whole list right now. And then, now I'm not a big, like, I can't say I'm a big Bob Marley buff, but I would think he would have an album on here, and I don't think he does.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't?
I don't think he does.
Yeah, he should.
I thought Exodus. I've heard a lot about Exodus.
Yeah, Exodus. Shoot, the Bob I just had. I got the Bob Marley and the Wailers greatest hits. The greatest hits album should be on there. Like that shit sounds like a cohesive album because it's all their greatest songs.
Well, I don't know if that would count because it's the greatest hits.
Well, yeah, it might not, but it has a name though. Like it's not like the greatest hits. It's called something, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think it was an album, like a compilation album.
Oh, it just has.
But it's just all their hits on there. But I mean, it still might not count for their criteria.
I ain't mad at D'Angelo Voodoo being on here.
No, a lot of albums I'm not mad with being on there. I'm not even mad if they put Lauryn Hill on the list. Like I think it's a very good, a great album. Like it's a classic.
Like yeah, it's subjective because I disagree that I don't. They got this. Exodus is on here. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Exodus is on here.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So they have. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. It's subjective because they have Drake, Take Care at 47, and D'Angelo Voodoo at 57. I wouldn't order them like that. But Voodoo had a different impact in my life than Drake's Take Care. Like I see it differently. The instrumentation. I say that right?
Yeah.
Instrumentation, like D'Angelo. That's a classic album.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't even compare it with Take Care. No disrespect.
I think it's classic. Is ain't Maxwell's albums on there?
I think I saw Maxwell.
I'm about to say if oh man, that one album I beat the hell up. Driving in the dark, driving at night, time with all the windows down in the summer, beating that album. Oh man.
What they had on
it? Damn. That's a shame that
I went through his. I mean,
I beat
unless
that
he put
up.
something out lately.
Nah.
I don't see no Maxwell on here. He got some stuff.
Yeah.
Nah, ain't Maxwell on here?
Yeah, that's a false list. That list lost me anyway.
I mean, and it has more like modern people on it.
That's the other thing that I didn't like. Like if this is the top 100, I don't know what era.
Right, of all time.
Yeah, you're saying it's all time. Now I'm not sure.
Wait, it's Apple Music 100 best albums, or is it Apple's since their existence. Is that what it is?
No, I don't know. Maybe
well, because some of these
because Thriller's on there.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, it's all time.
Yeah, it got to be all time. And I understand maybe they didn't want to. That's the only thing that I can make sense. Like they didn't want to keep it all old school,
right?
Because you could be like if somebody went in there that's like a buff, they could be like, oh, all of Motown, like like top 100 Motown is down, and maybe that's why they didn't do that. Maybe they wanted to include some modern people, some older folk, like.
Oh yeah,
because you could be Motown had a run.
Okay.
Like Motown had a run, and them old school albums when they were albums, they were made in the studio as albums. They wasn't worried about no singles. I don't even know if they had singles back then. Well, they did. They had them on vinyl, but
you know what? I disagree. Like people hold high My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I don't either. I don't think that's the greatest.
And everybody, it's a lot of people that's like, yo, that's his greatest album ever. It's not.
No.
It's not. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy to me. I'm glad you said that because I thought I was the only one because I see it a lot. A lot of people. I didn't even really like that album when it first came out. I didn't listen to it like that. And then I listened to it later, and it was good, and it has, I like the features on it, but I don't know. Musically, it is cool, but even that, they're like it was his greatest beats, and I'm like, no, it wasn't. It wasn't.
No.
Like his first 3 albums, I think his first 3 albums are the best he did ever, personally, but. I mean, I think they're my favorites, so I'm biased. But yeah, I don't know. I can't get with that either.
I mean, I like it, but
I do too. I like it.
It's not,
but
that's the one
they be putting it on. Yeah, and that's how it always is. Like I always see people say that, so I guess it's not far fetched that people would feel that way. But I just don't.
They have Ready to Die on here by Biggie. I like Life After Death better.
Yeah, you said that before.
Oh, they got your jam on here, Nas Illmatic.
Oh, of course he's gonna be on there. I know he would make it. What number is it?
They do got some good stuff on here. 39.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't mad at that because I don't know what would be before it, really. Like I'm sure I disagree with a lot of stuff that's before it, but if I made the list, it may be at 39 too. Like so who knows?
They got Enter the Wu-Tang at 37, 36 Chambers.
I think more people would say that.
Ready to Die.
I don't agree with that.
Ready to Die is at 32.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. And that's when I'll talk about him being overrated.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is at 26.
Yeah, that's they should switch those. If they're gonna put My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy on there, it should go down.
You don't think that album is better than Illmatic?
What? My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy? Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Tupac's All Eyes on Me is on here. But I don't want to bore our audience.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. They got good stuff on here. They got some stuff that I wouldn't have on this list at all. But I mean, yes, different people. It's all subjective. Like different people, different tastes. They said 300 people came up with this list. But yeah, let's go into it.
How?
If it gets boring, you can cut out the boring stuff, right?
Yeah, I'll cut it out.
But yeah, 300 people, and I guess what would that be? The 300 experts. 300 experts.
I don't know who the hell they consider experts, and I don't know, like how they compile it. Did they all sit in a room and figure it out? Like That's what I need to know.
Yeah.
Because if you, I don't know. I just don't see.
The list includes albums that represented a cultural moment for the artist or genre, albums that were complete thoughts, not just collections of hit songs, albums that thoroughly represent culture in production and lyrics, albums that inspired a generation to want to create more music, albums that represent, there's more. Gotta go into.
Well, some of that criteria, I can understand some of that then. Like learning the and that's the thing. Like when these lists come out, I think you do need a criteria because it's so super subjective. Now that criteria is a little more clear to me than initially, because I initially just heard about like the collective, like the album has to be collective, and not just a bunch of singles. But some of that criteria I can kind of understand because there's albums that's culturally impactful that may not be like without the cultural impact. I guess what I'm saying, like maybe an album is 8 on that list. Without the cultural impact, maybe it would be 17 or 39 or, you know what I mean? Like, so that little tidbit can kind of skew it. And you may get albums on there that musically you're feeling like it's not better than the kind of like Illmatic. Like how you feel, you know, you said you wasn't really into it when it first came out, so you didn't really realize the impact of it. Yeah. So you don't hold it the high regard as I do because I was in it and I realized, you know, like this is some shit I ain't never heard before. This is he rapping the way I ain't never heard nobody rap before, you know, and like talking about shit, just the way the music, the production, everything. Like changed the game, and he grabbed it back from like the West Coast. All that shit mattered to the album, and it was good music. The album's good, period. Objectively, it's good, but it's gonna hold a higher regard. I'm gonna hold it to higher regard than you because you just didn't experience it like that. Like you just listened to it later on and was just like, all right, it's cool. He can rap. But you know, whatever. So I can kind of understand that criteria and why certain albums are on there now.
I can see that. The My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy album was a cultural moment for, I think, younger people than us. Yeah.
I agree. And that's probably what it is. And when I hear people say how good that album is, I think it's that. I think it's the age difference. I think it's necessarily people that maybe weren't around or weren't paying attention to his first albums.
Let me read more of this. I think I read that. Albums that thoroughly represent culture in production and lyrics. Albums that inspired a generation to want to create more music. Albums that represent the best in storytelling, musicianship, recording, and production. Okay. And finally, albums that are timeless and reach far beyond the genre categorization.
Okay. No, I that gives a little more credence to it. I still don't agree with a lot of the stuff that's on there. Yeah. But it does, like I said, it does give them a little more credence to it. Yeah. Knowing that criteria. So I won't be as hard as I was on that list. I still don't agree with the list. However, I can see the list. And personally, I think it would be hard as hell for me. Like, I'm here criticizing the list, but it would be hard as hell for me to make a list like that.
I mean, I can make my own personal list.
No, it would be hard for me to make my own personal list.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, that
to put in
on
certain
you that had the would it And also what Ebro said was they were being objective. They were trying not to list what they thought.
And, well, that, for one, I don't understand that. I don't understand how you can be objective. I mean, I do understand how you can try to be objective. But I don't know if it would work.
Like, I can understand that because just like...
No, I can too. Because
I didn't see it, but I know that Illmatic had a cultural impact. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I didn't feel it, but I didn't personally experience, but I know that Amy Winehouse's Back to Black had an impact on people. Yeah. You know?
But I mean, like, genres that I don't even listen to. So I could understand, but it would be hard. Like, how you pick an album that you haven't heard? I guess you would have to listen to it. Like, what? How did they do that? I wonder. Not saying that they didn't hear everything that's on there, but I wonder if they did. Like, how are you objective? Like, I could be objective, like, where I've listened to, certain artists that I don't really listen to like that, like Billie Eilish. I like a lot of her music, but I don't listen to her albums like that just because I don't listen to her all the time. But I do like a lot of her music, and I listen to some of it sometimes, depending on what it is. I don't think I've ever heard a whole album of hers, though. So I couldn't tell you if I heard a song and I liked the song and I heard it before, I'll be like, yeah, I like that song. That song's a good song. But I couldn't tell you what album it was from. And if all the songs on that album were good. I just couldn't tell you because I don't listen to it like that.
After reading that criteria, the list makes more sense to me. What's on it?
No, it does make sense. What's on it?
I don't know about the order, though.
Yeah, the order still doesn't make sense to me. However, that's the part that would be the hardest to me to figure out the order. Like, I could pick a bunch of albums that are great and had cultural impact and whatever else criteria, but the order would be the hard part. I mean, it's hard for me to put my top 10. Like, I change constantly.
You know, like, and I don't know if Good Kid, Mad City is Kendrick Lamar's most impactful or culturally significant album.
I think it is.
You do?
Yeah. Because
you don't think To Pimp a Butterfly would be like even more?
No, because I think a lot of people didn't like that album. So I know a lot of people didn't like that album because it just wasn't what they wanted to hear. But I think Good Kid, Mad City being a concept album too. I think that was something that maybe a lot of, like, it introduced the concept album to a lot of people. Maybe younger people. I've heard concept albums in the past that I love, like RZA's. Jim Jones had a concept album, and I like that album. I forget what it was called, but there have been a few concept albums, but people never. I don't think people really do that often, and definitely in the newer people don't do it often. Like newer age music. Newer age music don't even make cohesive albums often. So for that to be a concept album and a concept album has to be cohesive because it's telling a story through the whole album. So I definitely think that was super impactful, and maybe the first time people have heard that. Like, I've heard it before. It was more impactful than his other albums to me.
I think that I see Jermaine Dupri's beef because he said, like, R&B was slighted on this list, and I think I see it because I think there's not a whole lot of...
Is Janet Jackson on that list?
Yeah, Controller's on here.
Oh, I was about to say. If they ain't got Control on there,
they got
three of her albums.
Solange, A Seat at the Table. You know, I see where you got to be, like, objective because... Listen,
Michael Jackson's other album, I like Off the Wall better than Thriller, to tell you the truth. I don't think it's a better album than Thriller, objectively. And see, I can be objective. Because objectively, I don't think Off the Wall is a better album than Thriller. But I think Off the Wall could be on there too. Like, so yeah, that's, I don't know. They probably didn't want to put. They ain't got nobody on there twice, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't look like it.
I mean, that would be really. I'll be mad as hell if I got left off that list and somebody was on there twice. I'd be mad as shit. Even if I ain't deserve it, I'd be mad. But we can talk about the other list too.
Yeah. That was interesting. Really, when I looked into it, that was interesting. And I'm trying to think if I can think of anything that they left off.
As far as what?
That fits that criteria that definitely should be
on
there.
there.
The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill definitely deserves to be on this list, but not number one.
Yeah, I don't know how they got to that. Now, what you think about the other list?
The best diss
songs.
You know, and some stuff is off. Was left off this list, like Eminem's Kill Shot or Eminem, DMX, and Dragon, Go to Sleep. You know, what else was left on? But I think they got number one. Like I said, I can't argue with it. Tupac hit him up. I don't think I can argue with that. Number two, Nas Ether. Can't argue with that. Number three, I don't know about Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us.
Yeah, I disagree. Number three is where I got the first two. It's hard to argue against.
Yeah.
Where they got No Vaseline at? That's what I want to know.
No Vaseline. No Vaseline is 7.
7.
Above that, at 6 is Pusha T's Story of Adidon. Then they have Jay-Z's Takeover at 5. 4 is Drake's Back to Back.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, that list is, that's some bullshit. Again, it's the order. It's not necessarily the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all those songs are hard. I think, but I definitely would put No Vaseline higher than 7. You said 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, and definitely before, I think Pusha T's. No disrespect to Pusha T. I think it was dope, and he should be on there too. But yeah, I think No Vaseline should be a little bit higher. Maybe number 3. I mean, some people would say, nah, but I can't. Ether is such a, regardless of how you feel about the song, Ether is such a moment. And I think that, like we was talking about before, I think that that just contributes to the lore of it. Because I see people on YouTube now, like younger people, reacting to the Ether and that never heard it before. And it's weird when I see it, because I know these people are so young. They probably weren't even born when Ether came out. And it's weird to think about how long ago it really was. But like, I see these younger people reacting like, oh damn, like this shit is crazy. And it was just something about Ether. I think it was the timing. I think it was the fact that Nas was like on Nas was kind of sleep. Not sleep. I think Nas was doing what Nas do. Like, he's just like, he's laid back. I think he's whatever. I think back then too, around all that time, I think Nas didn't make albums. I think he started making albums when he was low on money. Like, that's what it felt like to me. Like, he would chill, and there'd be a long time between his albums. I think that's why his run now is so crazy, because he wouldn't make albums like that. I mean, artists back then didn't make albums like that anyway. It ain't like it is now. It's a lot different. That's just like a moment, because that battle got so personal, but turned into something great, and they became cool. which is insane. Like they the epitome of being adults, because some of the shit they were saying about each other, and then just to be like, well, it was on wax, we got it out. We both millionaires, multi-millionaires. Well, Jay a billionaire, but we both got a lot of money and whatever. We ain't fucking that up.
Dang. You know, I just had a thought while looking at this. Tupac Hit 'Em Up is the #1 diss song on this list, right?
Yeah.
And some people may say or would say it contributed to death.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
So I don't know if this is a good thing or what.
Well, I know people would say that, but I don't think that had anything to do with it.
No?
No. I mean, the reason really the media made it East and West. Pac said many a time, this ain't about y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's about them niggas. Like, he said that many a times.
Yeah, I'm not talking about East and West, though. The person he was going at in this video was killed. Like, you know, when he went...
Yeah, but I don't think that was why he was killed. That's the thing. Like, I think it was deeper than that. Why Biggie was killed.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. You know, I don't know, but I just heard a lot of stuff over the years, and I just think it was deeper than just some West Coast people being like, "Oh yeah, let me just kill this guy because Tupac don't like him." Like, I don't think that had much to do with it. Now, I think the East West Coast might have contributed to it, but I think that was more media. Because like I said, Pac always said, you know, he always claimed West Coast, but he always said it ain't about all y'all. Like, it's about them. Like, who I named. It's about him. Like, the media blew it up in the East versus West.
So you don't think Biggie's murder was somehow retaliation for Tupac's murder?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Because I don't think anybody thought that Biggie killed Tupac or had anything to do with it. Like, everybody knew. Like, they all knew who did it. You know, it was because he stomped out dude's cousin. Like, it just...
Yeah, but... Okay, now this gets a little deeper because... Yeah, but in the stories that I've been seeing, that and... Okay, according... man, this is something. According to... I forget the guy's name who's recently been arrested for saying he was the last person alive.
KPD?
Yeah. He also, along in the implicated... I don't even know if I want to say this. But
allegedly?
Yeah, he implicated someone...
Allegedly.
Someone well known.
Allegedly.
Yeah. And... Well, yeah, allegedly. He said there was a conversation with this other person. And after Tupac was murdered, he said he got a call from that person saying, was that us? Like, you know?
Yeah.
So, was it just about that, or was there more to it?
Well, I mean, there may have been more to it. We won't know, because I think KPD lied about a lot of stuff. So, we won't know. However, I don't think it was just straight retaliation. I don't think that song contributed to it. Let me put it that way.
Well, then what was it about? Because they targeted him, Biggie.
Yeah.
So what was it about? If it had nothing to do with that or Tupac.
Well, I don't know if it had nothing to do with the East versus West. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But I'm not. But Tupac didn't start the East versus West. He wasn't East versus West.
Okay.
Biggie wasn't East versus West. The media started the East versus West.
Okay.
Like, they started calling it, making money off of that shit. Like, you know, I mean, it wasn't clicks back then. It was a little clicks, some clicks, but it wasn't the money involved now. It was still regular media. But they called it East versus West. Like, they were the first ones to coin that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying the people who did it, you know, that wasn't on their mind. I'm just saying I don't think the song contributed to it, like to all that stuff. Like I don't listen to that song no more.
Yeah,
I can't really listen to it just because of what he's talking about. Like a lot of stuff he says in there.
I've listened to it. I've been a Tupac fan, but I don't think I've ever. I don't think I can ever say I liked it.
I used to like that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that shit I used to play that shit before basketball games. I used to I
don't know. I don't know if I can say I liked it, but I did. I know I remember even the Outlaws verses. Like I kind of knew them. Like
yeah.
But it just like I told you, it always felt dark to me.
It is dark.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. I was like, he said he was shooting their kids. Like that's dark as fuck.
Yeah.
Like that's dark. Like he hated them motherfuckers. Like he truly didn't like them. Like it's, and some could say that makes the best diss tracks. I mean, it looks that way with seeing what's the top diss tracks.
But you know what's interesting is I forget his name. One of the guys from the shorter bald guy from the
Outlaws.
No, the group that Tupac was with, Digital Underground.
And
that was his friend.
Shock G.
No.
Or damn, what's his name? I forgot his name.
Yeah, but I
know who you're talking about.
He said to Tupac, "Man, I don't know about this song." Talking about "Hit 'Em Up."
Yeah.
And Tupac was like, he said this. Tupac said, "Man, fuck that song. I got this other stuff I'm trying to do." Where he was doing the what's it called? One Nation.
Yeah, One Nation. And he was doing it with East Coast artists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they were cool. Like he was cool. He was cool with Wu. He was cool with Method Man, Redman. He was cool with a lot of artists. But Smith and Wesson, he was cool with all. That's who he was doing One Nation with. Smith and Wesson and all the Duck Down. So yeah, he was cool with a lot of people on the West Coast. All the dudes and Outlaws was from, the East Coast, and all the dudes and Outlaws was from the East Coast. Like dudes from Jersey. A lot of them dudes is from New Jersey.
Yeah.
So, and what's crazy is all them dudes got killed too. Most of them, except for Napoleon and I think it's one other. Yeah, like one died in car accident, one got shot. Gaddafi, I think there's like two left that are still alive. One's in Dubai, I think. He's like a devout Muslim now. Napoleon, I think. He don't go by that name no more because he feels it's evil. I think he said that, or I know he changed his life. And I think there's one other outlaw that's still alive. I think most of them. I don't know. Don't give me the line. I don't like putting. I'm not putting death on anybody, but I do know a few of them got killed. Unfortunately, rest in peace to them.
Now that I look at it back to back, I don't think back to back. Now that I look at it, should be that close to Ether. At back to back is 4. Ether's number 2 now. And now that I think about it, even though I'm not a big fan of Takeover is probably, I will put ahead of back to back. Just the fact that Jay-Z called out Nas on that is like so big.
But when he was like, ask Nas, and it's like, where the fuck that come from? Yeah. Like that it took me off guard, so I can understand why somebody would feel that way. Ask Nas, he don't want with Hov. Like that shit is crazy.
So Common is at 8 with The Bitch in You.
I forgot about that song.
Lauryn Hill, Lost Ones is at 9, which I don't know if I would put that there.
So Cube's No Vaseline is before Common's The Bitch in You.
7. It's higher up on the list.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, 1, yeah.
But The Bitch in You is about Cube, but not that song. Like No Vaseline wasn't about Common. Right. It's just coincidental.
Yeah.
It's like that.
And then I don't know if I would put this here, but Like That, Future, Metro Boomin, and Kendrick Lamar's at 10. Best diss songs of all time.
That's not this song.
Yeah, it's not. Like, it's a diss verse.
It's a diss verse on a song. Yeah. And that's the other thing. Like, now granted, to its credit, I don't know shit. I don't know nobody else's verse but Kendrick's. Like that is Kendrick's song to me. Like that's just how it is. It's kind of like Control. Like the Control verse. Like it just became the Control verse. Like they don't even talk about that song. They talk about the Control verse. Like they say the Control verse. Like Big Sean could be somewhere else. Like he could be in outer space. They won't give a fuck. Like it's the Control verse.
Yeah, for me that's like that. But I can listen to like that the whole thing.
No, I can listen to the whole Control. Like Big Sean be spitting, but you know, just Kendrick's verse is what everybody talks about.
Right.
So like that, I can understand why people would think that's a diss song. But I don't know.
I just want to say that I like that Cannabis' second round knockout is at 15.
Oh, is it?
As high as it is. I was a bigger fan of that growing up as a teenager. And I recently listened to that and Ether. And yeah, Ether is better than second round knockout. Even though Cannabis is the lyrical technician. I don't know what people be talking about when they say Ether is trash. It's not.
No, people don't know what they talking about. That's what they be talking about when they say that. They just ain't got no type of musical knowledge. Like they don't. I don't care, because even if you don't like the structure or the beat of it, you can't listen to that whole song and say that song is trash. Mm-hmm. Like if you do, I highly question your musical taste, and it will be questioned for the rest of my life. Like I will not take no advice from you.
I might have to revisit the Jadakiss and Dini Super Beef. I've heard people say like that a lot.
I don't know how I forget that. Sometimes I forget that when I talk about disses and beef. Mm-hmm. Like that was a moment, and I think, and unfortunately, the theme, but with all these disses. It seems like the best ones are the ones when you think, oh, some shit might happen. Like it is unfortunate because I don't want anything to happen to anybody like negatively. And
did you feel like something might happen between Jay and Nas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, especially with the shit they were talking, and then as it progressed, you know, because it got hella personal. So, I mean, as beefs do. But like super personal, super close to home. So it was always a potential there. And I think that's why his mom called Jay.
But you know what?
Because she thought it.
But you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't think Nas went super personal. And he won.
I don't think he went as far as he could have gone. But he did say some shit. And a lot of people are like, well, he said a lot of made up shit and funny stuff. No, like he said some stuff too. And there was other songs. Like people just think Ether was it. Like he took shots on other songs. He had mixtapes where he had whole songs where he was talking about Jay. Like they went in on each other. But
gotta mention that Blueprint 2 song. That is a great song.
Blueprint 2.
I like that more than Takeover.
I think it's a better song than Takeover.
Yeah, I used to listen.
It's definitely a better diss song, if you can call it diss song.
Yeah,
it's a better diss song than Takeover to me.
But Takeover is not just about Nas. It's about
that's what I mean.
Yeah,
like Takeover wasn't really. Takeover isn't a diss to me. He dissed some people in it, but I don't know if it's a full diss song.
Yeah, that's what the whole song is like. He's talking to Prodigy, right? A lot. He's talking to Prodigy, I think.
I'm gonna have to listen to it again.
Oh, that is on here too. Blueprint 2 is on here, 38.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Thing.
I'm confused.
False Prophets by J. Cole. Is that a diss song? Or is he just like...
It can be. I mean, I think he's just saying shit, and we know who he's talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't think he categorized it as a diss song.
Yeah. it's like he was telling a story, and it's, you know. But I guess Kanye took it
but
as a
you take
diss.
it as you can take it as a diss because it's not favorable shit that he's saying.
Right. But it's like true shit.
Yeah. And what's crazy is he's a prophet with that because it got worse.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Like he was just talking about the little bit of stuff that was going on at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But it got much worse. Like it got much, much worse now. And that's wild to me.
Now here's a thing that I think we may disagree on. Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem. Rap Devil versus Killshot. Even though Killshot is not on here, and I think if you have, they don't even have, I don't think it's on here. But I think that in the moment.
Oh, wasn't it?
Where?
Damn, go down.
So I saw Big Shot, Joe Budden.
What's that?
That's Rap Devil.
Oh.
Killshot's not on here. In the moment, I think Gun Kelly won. I think in the moment.
I don't think so. We definitely
Now here's what I say. Like,
definitely don't agree with that.
When you listen to it, Killshot, it's much pleasurable listening to Eminem rapping. Like he's rapping way better, but like Machine Gun Kelly came up with a catchy song, funny lines. He was he was rapping. He held his own.
It was all right, but he wasn't. I don't know. I mean, I don't think he can rap that great, personally.
Well, I think the consensus would be.
I never liked Machine Gun Kelly, and maybe that's why.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just never liked his music.
It wasn't trash.
No, I don't think it was trash music. But I just don't think it was I don't think he had some bars. I don't think he had any bars.
I wish I didn't. Hold on.
No, don't play it.
Huh?
No, don't play it, please.
No, I look up the lyrics.
Oh, no. I don't care about what the lyrics look like written down. I care about how they sound when you saying them.
He delivered. He delivered.
No, I don't like his delivery, period. And that could be it. I just don't like his delivery.
That was a bop, yeah. I think that
was a bop.
Yeah.
That was a bop. Shit.
I think in the moment, like, he's definitely not a better rapper than Eminem.
Shit.
But I think, hold up. Let me see. Let me Google who won.
Shit. No. Can I get a copyright strike for saying that like that?
Wait, who said that?
Your boy Wendell on the wire. I say Wendell like I know him. That's his real name. I forget. One of the great actors, great black actors of our time that don't get his flowers as much as he should. Oh, I'm thinking of two different people. Dang, I'll be wild.
Oh,
I'm wild. I'm thinking of two different people.
Him, though. He do say that though.
Is that him?
Yeah, even though I don't. I haven't never watched The Wire. The consensus is that MGK won that.
What?
MGK won that.
What consensus are you talking about? Where you get that from?
What you mean? Like
you must. Ain't nobody said that. Ain't nobody said that.
Yes. Look, I'm looking it up now.
Where you
looking up? Said it. Not
the game. The game gonna say anything.
No, what's the other guy said it? Another guy said it. He was a rapper. I forget his name. But yeah, it's on here. Like, and of course, diehard Eminem fans are gonna say Eminem won, but and I'm an Eminem fan, but I can judge like
objectively. Yeah. That no Vaseline, I would.
That's number 3.
Yeah. But
okay.
there's other songs.
I wasn't outside for that one.
I mean,
I didn't experience
as
that.
far as like, I know there's not a criteria, but I'm looking at kind of like the other list. Like if you want to look at like impact and all of that, like that was a shock too.
Mm-hmm.
Like what Cube was saying and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I said it before. He probably be canceled right now. Shoot, Tupac probably be canceled too. All them artists right now, if they came out with this song.
Canceled anymore anyway. What's canceled?
Canceled. You can only be canceled if you care about certain things. I don't even know if cancel culture is a thing. I mean, I don't like that anyway.
Like the only
how you gonna cancel somebody?
Only people that have really been canceled that I see is like
Diddy now, and they should be like
R. Kelly.
Yeah, like people that's done some bullshit.
Yeah,
they should be canceled. Like you shouldn't be listening to them no more. You shouldn't be praising them anymore.
Yeah, I don't think Back to Back is the 4th best diss song of all time.
Hell fuck no. Hell no. Hell no.
I think I would put the story of Adidon before that.
Yeah. I would.
Yeah, and I just wouldn't
put what's Lauryn Hill on there?
Lost Ones. I wouldn't put that.
Lost Ones.
Yeah, when she was dissing Wyclef.
Man, I wouldn't even put that on there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even put that on the list. Yeah, that was like me telling a story about a personal situation, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how she made music. So that's what we doing. Like you put that on there, you can put a lot of hip hop records on there.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever people, she ain't never said Wyclef name in that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I knew that was about Wyclef until years later. So
no, I think I heard that immediately.
Yeah, I didn't. I know I didn't hear it when I first listened to the album. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what y'all guys think about these lists and whatever else we discussed. Got anything else?
Yeah, no, not really. I mean, I could keep potting for 4 or 5 hours, but
yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get ready to get on up out of here.
Shout out to Lenny Kravitz. I see you. Shout out to Lenny Kravitz, man. That's an inspiration to know that you've been celibate for 9 years. Like, I've thought about that. I haven't gotten there. But I can understand. I feel like if I was to do that, I might be a better person. Like, you know what I'm saying? I might be more productive. Like I'm sure it would be a spiritual uplifting. Like I feel like I just would be better at being there for family, be better at taking care of myself. I would probably get in great shape like he is. Said he hasn't been sick for 37 years. Like, he's 60 years old and he's ripped.
That's crazy.
I thought it was crazy when he was 50 and he had abs. He's 60 now.
Yeah, I mean, you take care of yourself, and I don't know if that's the only reason, but you take care of yourself and you can do it. Mm-hmm. Like, it don't matter.
Mm-hmm. Also, I wanted to say, I think Central C is somebody to watch. See where he goes. There's been a conversation of there's nobody that's going to take the lead or that we can see that's going to take the lead in hip hop. And I can just say that I think he's one to watch this, just to see where he goes. I like his story. I like what he's doing. I like listening to his music.
I do too. I like him.
And that would be an interesting story for somebody from the UK to
take the lead. Yeah, I can see it happening. I mean, I wouldn't put it past. Like, I could see it happening.
Mm-hmm.
Just like anything else. I mean, it's almost like the NBA. How a lot of the foreign players are taking the lead in the league. I think they hungry. They hungry for this United States.
And And it seems
Fame.
like, it's Kendrick Lamar is the best rapper in the world right now. Drake is kind of like, I still want to hear from Drake, but it seems like there's maybe some vacancies or a vacancy opening up.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
So, other than that, what else?
Nothing else. I think this is us coming to a close.
Oh, I want to
thank y'all for joining us this week.
thank y'all for joining us. Shout out to you and you and you. Thank you. You was there. You was there from day one. You keep coming back every podcast. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
What song is that?
Shout out to you. Shout out to you.
Is that a Biggie song?
Yeah. All right, y'all.
This goes out to you.
Yeah, that's it. We're going to be out of here. I thank y'all for joining.
Peace.
Ain't no, life ain't no, life ain't no, life ain't no. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you wanna know.